Hi, and welcome to the Ada K Show. I am Ada K. Brown, and am currently a criminal justice major, and I'm a deaf courtroom commentator. Grab a cup of Java, and let's dive in. Welcome everybody to the Sunday Night Live. I almost said Friday night. To the Sunday Night Live. Welcome everybody. See Morales. Thank you for being in person, chat. You will be getting extra entries into the end of the month giveaway. Angela, June, y'all, welcome. I've got a lot to talk about and a short time to do it. We have, let me go ahead and get the music off. I apologize. We have a lot of things happening around me, and we also have some things that are popping up in the Karen Read trial, and we're going to go through that. The giveaway drawing is up and running. So all y'all have to do is say like and then I like. Welcome, Lady Jane. My glasses are still broken, so you will see me kind of, hi, Miss Magnolia. Oh, June. I have a story to tell. I got a story to tell, but I'll tell it in a minute. Yeah, that girl is so guilty. I mean, not. I don't know. I am waiting to see. Why is that looking like that? Cancel. Why is that looking like that? I am going to look at this as a whole new. Why am I? Whatever. Give me a minute. I'm going to have to reload. It's a program issue. I'll be right back. Sorry. There we go. I'm back. I'm trying to share screen and it froze. It's live. Share. It's still doing the same. That's what I want to do. Okay, guys. This is major. This is Winterboro and wrong one. This here is in Fredericksburg, Texas, which is very close to me. And it's very scary right now. We had a fire that started at yesterday afternoon with about 300 acres burn. And by 6 to 8 p.m., we were at 8,000 acres burn. It is not contained. It is spreading rapidly. It is close to me, not close enough yet. If you notice, I have the Fort McGavock Volunteer Fire Department hat and my fire shirt on because I am ready at any minute to run. So if I say I'm called, I'll see you tomorrow, and I hang up, don't take it personally. One thing I want to explain about our area is Fredericksburg is about 20,000 people. They have one fire department paid. Kerrville's about 25,000 people. We have one paid fire department. What happens is around Kerrville, there are 6 volunteer fire departments. So when we have flames and things such as this and out of control fires, they depend heavily on the volunteer departments because we have all the brush trucks and we have all the wildland gear where the paid department has more city. So a lot of our volunteers are out there, so keep all of them in your prayers. Here's the other thing. You see this plane flying over? Well, I'm gonna see if we can read this. If you fly drones, we can't fly. And here's why. Plane flying over, that is materials that we use to put out fire. I can't remember the name. It's a chemical. It burns and stings if it gets on your skin. I've had it happen. But a drone hit them and took out the tank that holds the retardant. So there's the drone. And now that we are down a fire plane, I am sick. I don't know from what, but I am not feeling well. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. We also have a situation, and it's still doing it. It says your browser is blocking your screen. Click on the screen icon and your address bar and allow. What? Allow? Allow? It's allowed. It's allowed. It's automatic. Why? Okay. It says it's allowed, but you're not letting. Okay. The other thing in Winterboro, Alabama, a high school was destroyed with a tornado. And let me see if this is it. Yes. Look at this. I'll play the video. There's no sound. This is a high school that was struck by a tornado. You guys, we have a lot of horrible stuff going. Well, I have a drone and I'm working on getting my pilot license because I'm a volunteer firefighter. And if I'm on scene like we are there and I have my pilot license, I can put my drone up because I know the laws and I know what to do and what not to do. So drones are very helpful in these situations, but they need to be operated and manned by whom else? The fire department, not civilians. So, yeah. This is a drone shot, by the way, and it was probably done by the sheriff's department. So, this is a lot of horrible things. 8 of things have come down in Oklahoma. Oh, thank you, dear Jesus, Libby. I've been praying for y'all. So, this is in Alabama, and it's pretty bad. That is a school that's been destroyed. So, we have a lot of natural disasters that are happening right now, and we just really need responders because you guys, I'm one of them, and it's difficult. The fire that's near me that we've been struggling with is a fire. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. I want to show y'all something, and it won't let me. Gerald, when I right click on the photo, oh, this one will. Yay! Open with photos. Woohoo! I want to show y'all this. This is how some fires hop a highway. Ready? Let me share that one. Share. That is how it happens. Many of y'all are kind of like, what am I looking at? Yep. This is what happens. So on one side of the street or half a mile away, you have this burn happening. And then a tree catches on fire and it burns down into the roots and everything looks extinguished. And then as time goes, it kind of burns underground in the root system, kind of like a cigarette burns, just kind of smolder burns. And then when it hits a tree that's hollow, it erupts through the tree and starts another fire. This is happens more often than you mean. Flying embers definitely is another way. But this is not a flying ember. This is a root system burn, which means underground somewhere is burning in this root system. It is insane. Oh, you're talking about the California fire? Yes, it did. You're right. I misread that. Once again, my glasses are all screwed up. And you can see up at the top of the tree, that's inside burning. And then, of course, this is just radiating. But this is how fires can go under highways or hop an acre. Um, and sometimes it can burn for days underground until it finds a tree that's hollow and it can come through. So that's what's happening in our neck of the woods. And let me see if I can show you my pictures. Now it's letting me open with. Thank you. It wasn't before. This is the fire last night. Actually about 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Luckily, there's a pond here, but this is just a part of an 8,600 acre burn within 20 minutes for me. So, everybody, all super chats right now for tonight and this coming week. I'm going to donate because what people don't realize is all these firefighters are busting their butt and volunteering and the paid to fight these fires, but the funds to feed, hydrate, take care of them. Salvation Army has been great. They have had a food truck out there, but we need to replenish. And so I'm going to say any and all super chats, anything given, will go to the replenishment and help the volunteer firefighters stay healthy and well fed. So that's what we're going to do. Oh, I haven't done this yet. I had an amazing weekend. Anybody know what happened this weekend? Anybody want to know? Anybody care? Outside of one person on here, does anybody care? Oh, thank you, Karate Cat Mom. Thank you so much. I will triple points tonight for the entry for those who donate. Oh, I forgot. Ooh. I will triple points for those who donate. Sorry, I forgot to open up my Facebook and make this public. I don't know why it won't let it stay public. I have to go in every video and make it public. Okay. Thank you so much, Miss Morales. Thank you so much. Thank you. We appreciate it. You know, believe it or not, $20 can buy healthy snacks for the diabetic. We have a lot of diabetic, and most of our volunteers are older people, and a lot of them have dietary needs. And so it does cost a little bit more to feed them because they can't just go eat hamburgers and hot dogs. Thank you so much, Gerald. Oh, thank you, love. So, you guys, anybody want to know what happened this weekend? Uh-oh. Hold on. Why do I not hear you here anymore? Let me get my ears back on. I thought I had muted my phone. I apologize. Who remembers what I said I was going to do this weekend? Who remembers? Anybody remember? I'm waiting for somebody who remembers what I said. Is going to happen this weekend. I went on a date this weekend, y'all. And my ears still aren't connected. I did. and it was an early date. Meaning he arrived a day early, and, we had a good time. I kinda like the dude. Uh-huh, and y'all know him. Can anybody guess who he is? Y'all know who he is. Yeah, do you see a guy on here by the name of Gerald? Although that picture of him's not Gerald, honey boo, you need to get a new picture. I need to take a picture of you. Gerald is my boyfriend. We spent the whole he came into town and stayed for the weekend, hotel room. We had a great, great, great weekend, and it's been amazing, and it's awesome, and I am excited to see where the Lord leads us. So y'all, welcome my boyfriend to the family. Welcome my boyfriend to the family. Yeah, that's where I wanted to go. Sorry. We have a new Karen Reed document that dropped. I think on the 14th. Is this, have I already read this? Court of Appeals. Oh, it's just a one-page thing. It's nothing we need. So, yes, that's my honey. That be my honey. Mhm. So y'all be nice. Do you know why? He fixed the internet. Ah! Well, what happened is we have some of the best, fastest internet you can get in the business here at the shop where we live. And my son's computer, which is on the other side of the wall from me, even further from the server, works perfectly. Never has a problem. A few last week, I started having a problem with the connectability of the internet. So Mr. Gerald, who I'm going to call Honey Boo, uh, ran a hard line across a 1,200 square foot lease space in the drop ceilings and hard lined me in. So hopefully we won't be getting the wheel of death anytime soon. And if we do, it's on their end, not our end. So, oh, y'all. Check Karen Reed. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, we've had some more Karen Reed stuff. Angela, if you have something that's popped up, let me know. You always have some good stuff. So I have something here I want to share. Gerald, this is working good. It seems very fast. And thank you so much. I'm going to share this. Hopefully, it'll let me share your screen. Why are you behaving this way? Why are you behaving this way? Share. Okay, that'll work. Um, okay, this is what? Look at that. Engagement rings. Mm, mm. Okay, let's talk this. So, Canton cover up part 488. State trooper charged with bribing a man with X in exchange for not towing a car is married to Oki's family member who hates Karen Reed, represented by David Yannetti. So, the Canton cover up part 888 state trooper. Well, you never know, Jane. You know, at our age, we can move faster. Canton cover up state trooper charged with bribing a man. I want to know who this is, but it's not saying. Here it is. Melissa Keel Trash. Sophisticated, hold on, psychopathic trash. Did you know she faked a brain tumor? The exact same thing those children mom died of? Do you know how insane you have to be to do that? Really insane. Oh my gosh, these people are crazy. So that's one little tidbit, but we have another one. This is something we're going to really talk about. Now, I have to be off. I have a hard stop at 8 o'clock. Jane, possibly. I'm neither going to confirm or deny. Not yet. We haven't done that yet. It's not yet. No, we haven't done it yet, but I will neither confirm or deny. So let's watch this video. It's a Karen Read trial tail light versus arm demonstration test. I've not seen it.
I've been waiting for a long time to do this. We've had thunderstorms and hail.
Gerald, is that yuck to the ring or is that yuck to the woman?
Since 6:30 this morning. It's time to go ahead and just get it going.
This is her tail light. Well, let me back up. This is the same tail light. It's a replacement tail light, but it's the same make and model as the Karen Read tail light.
Sorry about the noise. I'm going to try to edit it out. Now I kicked the camera stand, so let's move that. Don't know if I can do it right here.
I know. I was just being facetious. Hit it 5 times. 6, 7, 8. Broke it 5. But the thing is you can't see damage to flesh like you're right, like using a pig or real ballistic stuff.
This hurts, man. That was it. But it broke the whole side off. It didn't break any of the diffusers.
Nope.
Didn't break the reverse light. Did the arm do that? No way. There's no way. Absolutely no way. That is 9 pounds of stainless steel
Wrapped in tape.
with fiber reinforced rubber, 1 millimeter thick, to mimic skin. It's tougher than skin. I didn't want anything that was going to hamper the destruction of the taillight. My hands are on fire, literally. But look at this. The whole passenger side of the taillight is busted off. The whole, everything. It's split right where the chrome piece is on the side and tore that whole piece off. If that was somebody's arm, it would be broken. I guarantee it. This thing was so solid as I was hitting it. It was actually reverbing through my hand, through the pole into my hands. But there is not a single diffuser. That one's pushed out when I got the very side of it. Absolutely no way. Look at the arm. I put that thin foam on it just to see what the marks would look like. Now I know there's going to be the naysayers. Oh, that looks just like the injury. No, it doesn't, because the car was moving 26 miles an hour. So, car was moving at 26 miles an hour, so they say. Sorry about the wind noise. Hopefully I'll get this edited out. If I don't, at least it'll be quieter. When a car is traveling at that speed, if his arm would have been sticking out, I hit it across the whole front. That would be the only way that the taillight would have been busted all the way across. If it would have just glanced his arm, it would have taken the whole side of it off. This is the whole side, the housing, everything. That didn't happen. It wasn't a glancing blow, as Hank says. He couldn't have had his arm stretched out right, and it hit the taillight. With the car moving at that velocity, that much weight, when the arm would hit it, it would spread the skin out for a second. And as the car's going past, it would pull it this way. So the cuts and scratches that would result on an arm would be up and down the arm, not horizontally, or not going from back to front, and the elbow having like bite marks. It's just not possible. I don't care what anybody says. Taillight did not strike a person. Now, I knew the taillight would break with enough force. With repeated blows, every time I struck it, it was weakening the taillight. But those first few blows, it didn't break. The taillight's designed for that. It's going to soak up some energy. And it's going to disperse it. Now, had the car been going 50, 60 miles an hour and it hit John's arm, maybe that would have spun him around, but his whole arm would have been probably broken off. But a 25 mile an hour hit is not that fast. It's enough to hurt you, daze you a little bit. But throw you 30 feet into a yard, tumbling and hitting your head on some kind of magical, hard as a rock snow? No, never in a million years. Not in a million years. In fact, the next time you're in your car and you get off of an expressway and pull into your neighborhood, take the time to roll down your window and look outside and look how slow that really is. It's enough to kill you. If a car hits you head on straight in the front or far enough to the side where you're still in front of a car, yeah, it could kill you. Most of the time it doesn't. Sometimes nothing happens. Sometimes it could knock you to the ground and you could get a couple of scratches and a bruise. But that's another thing. There is no bruises. A hit like that on an arm, strong enough to tear the whole side of the taillight off, which the LED is right there that for the top and the bottom. That would have cut his arm going across like this because the car is traveling fast. The arm's not going to just hit it and bounce off like it's a bouncy ball. The arm.
Hey, why don't you just bang your arm up against it and let us see what it looks like? We'll help you with that. I'm kidding. Everybody, for those of you who don't know, we have an 8,600 acre out of control fire near me, and 90% of the firefighters who are working on that are volunteers. And so any and all super chats will be donated to help feed and care for those volunteers. It is a very huge depletement of their financial resources when we have one of these. Sorry, Sensei, my dog's in my way. Our community has one paid fire department. We're 25,000 in this community. In my town, and the town that it's also really close to, got about 20,000, and they have one paid fire department. So the volunteers are heavily relied upon for any and all wildland fires, and that's what we specialize. I am in my Fort McGavitt volunteer firefighter hat and shirt because I may get called any moment to go to that fire. My fire department's 2 hours away, but as the volunteers have been fighting for over 24 hours, they get tired and they need to replenish, and so they start reaching out further and further. So please be kind, super chat, donate, so we can help keep these firefighters, volunteers fed, and even the paid. They all get fed the same.
Arm would have hit it, absorbed
For those who
energy into the taillight, and as it was doing that, it would have pulled. Furthermore, it would have tore the whole side off of it. None of these are broke. None of the diffusers are broke. The taillight thing's not broke. Or
even without the cover, it's still yellow orange.
Uh-oh. Can't turn it off. So this LED got pulled out. Actually, no, the LED broke in.
Okay, so that got broke.
That's what the tail light looks like with repeated hits. And the side broken completely clean off.
Yeah, but it took him 10 hits to get it there.
I'm going to do some further destruction testing to it.
Why?
Tomorrow night, maybe Monday. Not
Okay, let's look at this. First of all, he hit it multiple times. Second of all, what he used may somewhat mimic a little bit, but not much because it's got all that tape on the outside. But the logistics of the force that he had to use just to get it to break was on what, 3 or 4, maybe 5 hits? Wasn't it the 5th hit when it finally broke? Let's go back and see. For those who are just joining, let's see. That's a light nip. 3, 4, 5. It's the crack. 6. Okay, he's progressively getting harder. But I'm not liking this. I agree. A ballistic or a pig joint would have helped. It is so improbable to have gone like that. By the way, y'all, just so you have an idea, Mr. Gerald, my new boyfriend, it feels so good to say that, um, was a police officer. Oh, tell me if I can't share this, but I think you did. A Green Beret and went to law school for a year, first year, which is where you learn a lot of law. And then he decided he didn't want to argue with everybody for the rest of his life. So he went into another field. I won't share that without his permission. But I think you kind of shared some of that before, Gerald. And if I overspoke, my apologies in advance. But he has a little bit of knowledge. So I agree with him. So I'm not real fond of his full testing of this.
And where the taillight broke off, it took the whole side with it. What to say? I still want to do my next here by Tuesday.
Kind of zoomed in.
Is just this tail lights, and so far 3 of the other kind of tail lights, and those are like $40 something a piece. I bought 10 of those. Got another one of these coming,
and that's $400.
so I'll have 3 Lexus tail lights all together. Plus, I didn't have any recording equipment when I started the first video.
So
I had to
true.
buy everything, so I haven't posted a video on YouTube in 12 years. That's what I got, peoples.
Okay, so we saw that, and I have to say, I sorta. It just shows it took a lot of force. That's all I can say about that. This is not the best color red on me, y'all. This is an orange red. I need a blue red. That's really orange red, but it's all I got. So I still would love for a professional company that does ballistic testings and reconstructions of accidents with dummies and force calculations and see them do a workup on this. I really, really would. I really would. Okay, I'm going to go to another subject real quick. Many of you sent me information on this, and I want you to know, yes, I will cover it. It was closer to where Gerald lives. I live 2 hours from Austin, and I used to live in Austin, so I'm very familiar with this area. This was horrendous. It was horrific, and I cannot believe that this actually happened. It's a heartbreak, and I feel bad. Oh, wrong one. Share this instead. I feel very bad for all the victims involved. Prayers go out to the families.
Arrest affidavit for the driver who's been charged after last night's deadly crash on Interstate 35. 5 people were killed in that 17 vehicle pileup. It happened near Palmer Lane.
The suspect, Solomon Wadikiel Araya, is accused of driving while intoxicated. He faces 5 counts of intoxication, manslaughter, and 2 counts of intoxication assault. We want to bring in KVUE senior reporter Tony Plahetsky to walk us through this new information. You have that affidavit in your hands, Tony. What does it say?
Yeah, we got it just a few minutes ago, but according to this affidavit, police believe that that driver was under the influence of depressants at the time of this crash. The driver stated that he did not consume any alcohol, and also, according to this affidavit, tested 0.0 on a breathalyzer exam. But at the scene of this crash,
so he was not under the influence of alcohol, like I was told. He was under the influence of a medication.
Police say, according to this affidavit, that he still failed a field sobriety test, and then they actually took him to the hospital for further examination. So again, we know the driver at this point has been charged or is facing charges of intoxication manslaughter, 1 charge for each of those victims, as well as 2 counts of intoxication assault. But again, this affidavit making clear that police at the scene believed that he was under the influence of depressants. Also, apparently witnesses when he first arrived told authorities that he may have been trying to leave the scene at that time, and that authorities later found him inside of that 18-wheeler. Brian and Ashley.
Still really early in this investigation, Tony. This, of course, a huge part of that. What's next in this case?
Yeah, so you have, of course, the criminal investigation, and then you have the accident investigation. But authorities are still trying to learn everything they can about the moments that led up to that crash. So, for example, they are likely doing things like trying to collect video evidence from nearby businesses that may have caught what happened on camera. And in addition to that, I'm told that these 18-wheelers, these big rigs, actually have a lot of information on the rig themselves. So, for example, it may have locked in how fast he was going at the time, whether or not he applied his brakes at the time. And I think authorities also were trying to determine whether or not there were cameras on the rig itself that may have captured those devastating final moments leading into the crash.
You know, when you say a depressant, is there any other information that we can get from that, Tony, whether this was some sort of medication or whether this was some sort of drug use?
Yeah, that's a good question. And according to the affidavit, it refers to CNS depressants that they believe he was under. And actually, according to this affidavit, it says that police believe those drugs left him in a state, this is a direct quote, not capable of operating a vehicle safely. It is important to note that a person can be under the influence and intoxicated because of drugs, not necessarily alcohol. And clearly, that is what authorities in this situation are saying.
Okay, a CNS depressant can include okay, let me read this. I looked it up. I know what it is, but it's easier to read it. A CNS depressant are substances that slow down the central nervous system. They include opioids, sedatives, hypnotics, benzodiazepines. I'm sorry, hypnotics. My glasses. I have to hold them. Okay. Barbiturates and certain sleep medications. These drugs are used to treat pain, anxiety, sleep disorders, and stress. Guys, I don't want to sit like this all night. I can't wait for my glasses to be fixed. He was aware enough to hide. He really was. Gerald, you're right. 2 or more meds is still a count as a DWI. Jane, Gerald, you're not going to like what I have to say. Let me ask the chat. Does anybody remember in trial the prosecution offering up evidence of skid marks, how far they were? Did they measure the skid marks? The condition was snowy, ice, blizzard conditions. They had no skid marks. Let's keep going.
In this affidavit, they believe happened.
A big step in the investigation. Senior reporter Tony Plahetsky with the very latest from the overnight crash in North Austin. Thank you, Tony. You're welcome. Let's now check in with KVU's Jessica Cha. She's live at the scene there in North Austin with what things look like there today. Jessica?
Brian, we have been out here since about okay. She says,
I want to show you.
Now we spoke with Cynthia Hidderswelo, who says her employee was driving around 11:30 last night on the southbound lane of I-35 near Palmer Lane when he was caught.
Oh my God, y'all, there was a decedent in that photo.
In the crash that involved 16 other vehicles. 17 people were involved and 5 of those people died. She says her employee helped to pull out other people out of their cars and saw others die. She says she's shaken up by what happened, but not surprised. She says this stretch of I-35 is usually extremely dangerous to drive on.
It's horrible. It's either action zone
to appear in court next.
Okay. There were 17 vehicles involved in this incident. And I'm going to take it off for the moment. I'm going to see if I can find photos of it. Let me see if I can find more on that. So we will be covering this case because it is horrendous. But now go to another case. We're going to also cover this one as well. The next case we're going to be covering is this one.
He's been imprisoning her 32-year-old stepson for decades. Police say he started a fire and is desperate to break free. Whit Johnson here with the story. Good morning, Whit.
George, good morning. This is a
I'm sure
disturbing
it did.
story here. Police called it a life of captivity and starvation and abuse. The man told authorities he intentionally started the fire at his home and even collapsed to the ground and wouldn't get up because he wanted the fire department to save him, believing that was his only way out.
This morning, harrowing new details of a 32-year-old man now free after allegedly being held captive for decades. His stepmother taken into custody.
This is the worst treatment of humanity that I've ever witnessed.
Last month, authorities in Waterbury, Connecticut, responding to reports of an active fire at 56-year-old Kimberly Sullivan's home, making an alarming discovery.
Here's an adult that was 5'9" and 68 pounds.
According to new court documents, officers came into contact with a man who was extremely emaciated. He told officers he intentionally started the fire in his room on the second floor using a lighter, hand sanitizer, and paper because he wanted his freedom.
There's some physical evidence that was seized from the house that does corroborate the fact that that room did have exterior locks on it.
Sullivan appearing in court Thursday, now out on bail, facing multiple charges, including unlawful restraint, reckless endangerment, assault, and kidnapping. The accuser recounting details of his alleged captivity to authorities, saying he had not bathed in over a year. He was let outside for mere minutes a day, and his diet reduced to 2 sandwiches a day. When asked if he was hungry every day, he stated, "All day, every day, my entire life."
That is an awfully long time for no one to have information about what happened to this young man and why he was out of sight and ultimately became out of mind.
And Sullivan's attorney says she denies all allegations and suggested it was the biological father who dictated how his son was raised. He died last year. According to court documents, the Department of Children and Families did visit the home on a couple of occasions, but those visits stopped years ago after the boy was pulled out of school, guys.
That is horrible. Here are some of the photos from, by the way, trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. Let me get it up. Graphic content. You will not see bodies, I do not believe, but look at the vehicles. This is what Gerald drove past. Right here. And look at that 18-wheeler. He was hit too. This is mass casualty. This looks like a war zone. Look at all the debris. We will be following this case. So, with that, yeah, we're going to be following the case. It is horrible. Was Dale Brooks driving? I know. I know. You know what? That does. I'm triggered. I'm sorry, Gerald. My bad. I'm sorry, hon. I'm sorry. Please not be. Please tell me you're joking. And I have been on scenes like this. I didn't show 2 or 3 of the photos because they were really bad. And it is horrendous. So we have a lot of stuff going on with our first responders, and between fires, floods, tornadoes, mass casualty accidents. It's been horrible, y'all. And we just need to keep everybody in our prayers. It's horrible. Oh, and I'm testing the system to see how it works since my honey boo decided to help me fix it. Oh, y'all don't start. Post-trial for Natalie Caron is Yana. Oh, that's old. I'm sorry. Someone said something I was like, that's old. Hi, Haley Mouse. Thanks for posting that I'm live. So we have the Karen retrial we're going to continue to follow. The Monica Simatilli, I want to talk about her for a minute. Everybody is debating, and I want your opinion. Do you think it hurt the prosecution to have in the way that they are cross-examining Baker? Do you think Baker is helping the defense? What's your opinion on Monica Simitili's trial and Baker? And do you think it's helping or hurting? My granddad was trapped in a truck crash when my granddad was a baby. It was a miracle he's alive. Yeah. And my grandparents, my father's parents, hit black ice and and spun out of control in front of an 18-wheeler, and he was not able to avoid them, and all 18 wheels, not literally, but all one side of his truck, and they were deceased instantly. So, yeah, I get it. Our family is a victim in an 18-wheeler incident, but I do not hold anything against him. I really felt bad. This was such a traumatic thing for that driver. Excuse me, that he retired. He quit. He couldn't go on. And it is hard. My biological father and stepmom were team drivers, and I've heard horror stories. Horror stories. Hello, out and about with Diane. Y'all who are coming in late. I had a date this weekend, and that's my new boyfriend. Although, honey boo, I like that picture, but you don't look like that anymore. Since I'm a professional photographer, I ought to take a really good headshot for you so you can use it in your business. I believe Baker is hurting the defense, very combative and hiding things. I love you the way you are, boo. I'm just saying, you really don't look like that. Baker, I believe that, well, let's take that back. If you are of, if you were of the mindset that, if you're of the mindset that victims' names should never be mentioned in trial, which I thought they weren't supposed to be, for their protection, you would be for his response because he's trying to protect said victims' names. My thing is, you are registered pedophile. You were 31, she was 15, 14, 15. And now you're worried about protecting her buku years later? I'm in shock. That doesn't make sense to me. But if you're of the mindset that victims' names should never be mentioned, then the prosecution pushing to get the names in to bring more whatever solidification of what you did to the juries and humanize it instead of making it a statistical number, you're trying to humanize it, then you're not going to like her and you're going to really struggle with her. And I see that, I get that, I understand that. But if you are of the mind of everybody else, he has to answer the questions, period. Update from Fred. Okay, here's an update on the fire. Oh, good. We just got an update. 9,500 acres are burned right now. We have 9,500 acres that are burned, and it's still burning near me. closer to Fredericksburg than me, but not too far. So, oh, I understand. I'll get to that. But I was just saying there was a lot of people who were very, very angry at the prosecution for trying to get him to say the names. And then there were people on the other side who were angry that he fought her. So which side are you on? Let me know. You're talking about that part of the testimony where he fought about his charges. That to me was real pissy. Real pissy. Oh, okay. Sorry. I got another update. So he refused to accept what his charges were. He was more, I didn't know that. Are you sure? Really? I didn't. Are you sure? Huh? I wasn't charged with that. Yes, he was. Disappointing, June. It was very disappointing. And he's a military man. I try to hold people a little more in an honorable standing in the military. By the way, somebody asked, Gerald, can I show our picture from Facebook? I had somebody ask, do you want me to show them? It won't let me enlarge it. Sage image, I'll do it that way. Quit mamming me. I know it. You're doing it out of a place of honor, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Gerald. Thank you. Why won't you let me? It's not letting me dragging. My computer froze, Gerald. It won't let. Oh, cancel. Okay. Something. I pushed the wrong button. Let me go to pics. I'll get it. So, for me, in all honesty, I think a whole lot more should be shared about this man. And he was saying that the charges that he pled to or agreed to are not the charges that she read in court. Anybody have that? Maybe I should go back and find it. I'll go back and find it. But y'all. Okay, let me open this. Gerald, this having to go through this for every photo is frustrating. That's okay. You're worth it, honey. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all. We have a big cross outside our community. I'm really connected with the organization, but this is us on our, Saturday of our second date. Thank you. He's awesome. See, he doesn't look like his picture at all. He's so sweet. Okay, you may not like, I may not like doing this. I look, or the wind, this is the day. Yes, this was Saturday when the fires really were getting started. The wind was gusting up there, probably what, Gerald, about 40 miles an hour at least. And so that's us up at the cross. We have, that's on a hill just outside about Kerrville. But that be us. That be us. There it is. I have never seen R.A.'s dad. By the way, mother's ring, who's deceased. This is my right hand. Nothing on my left yet. Just saying. Somebody just in my other media format said, is that the engagement ring already? I'm like, right, left. We're mirrored. Yes, he's very cute in person. But do you know what's more important? He's got the sweetest spirit of a man. He's so sweet. Honorable. General under honorable conditions other than other bad characters dishonorable. He received other than honorable and seems to be proud of it. As a vet, it makes me mad. Do you know what? Anything but honorable is dishonorable, and you were so right. I kind of said that. I said, that's still a dishonorable discharge, dude. And you were in the military and committing this crime. I know there are people who are criminals who are military personnel and vets. I get it. But this man, y'all, I'm getting sick. I pray it's not COVID. Sorry, honey. But this man was nowhere, anywhere on the radar for being ashamed or humble or embarrassed for anything, especially when he was talking about the adult actors and performers and models and whatever. Honey, just like she said up here, anything other than honorable is dishonorable. Your profession is not adult act. It's not acting. It's not legitimized. It is sheer disgusting. And the fact that you can sit there and say all those things with a straight face. I wonder how many casting couches is it called casting couch? What is it called? You guys know what I'm saying. He participated in. And oh yeah, when they audition, it's not just reading lines. It's the full act of everything with the director or somebody. It is so horrible. You guys some of you have no idea how bad it is. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really fighting this, getting sick. By the way, Gerald, you're amazing. My computer is spinning. It's so fast. The internet is so much better. I have Discord up, which eats up a lot on my computer. And I'm popping windows up and down, left and right, testing the system tonight. And I've got 3 videos playing in the background, not including my live feed that I monitor and StreamYard, and everything is flawless. Thank you, babe. That was so awesome. For those of you who don't know and joined us late, Gerald's my new boyfriend, and he ran a hard line from the internet. Oh, I'm losing my mind. The Wi-Fi, the box, through a 1,500 square foot ish to the one corner to the way opposite corner when he was here on the first time he came here, and ran it through the ceiling. God knows. Oh gosh, there was so much up there. I couldn't believe he did it. But then again, no, not a router. Was it the router, Gerald? So anyway, no more wheel. If we have a wheel, it's not us. And we talked about, Gerald, we need to put that on a priority. A backup power source that I can plug all my stuff into in my studio, and a power source for the internet. So if the shop loses power, I still stay live. So we got to do that. That's an important thing. So with that, after my live tonight, I'm going to be having that young man from Addict to Athlete come on. He's going to do his live. So I have a hard stop at 8:00. Yes, it's a router. That's Yep. He suggested it. Well, I'm not going to tell him what you do for a living. I'll let you share that if you want to. I told him what you used to do. Well, no, I know Jane is buffering, but it was a wheel of death is what I called it. Because it was the wheels on the bus go round, up, up, and then it would die. And I was signing, I think Friday I had to sign in 4 or 5 times, or Thursday. Horrible. Horrible. So uh how many days do you think the defense is going to take to put their case on for the Cemetilli trial? I'm going to say 7. By the way, he does not own a Tesla. That's the first thing I asked him. Do you own a Tesla? I'm sorry, my soundboard's glitchy. By the way, let me show you what it looks like, y'all. Yay! Oh, wrong one. There we go. Here's my monitor went out. He gave me that. Thank you, babe. And then I got this up off the table so it's easier to reach, although that monitor has to be a little weird. And then we got everything else laid out. The final part of the plan is to move this monitor on top of here or on top of this one over here. And I'm going to put a TV on the wall, which is what you see in the back behind this monitor. And we'll have what you see on this monitor on the wall bigger, so it's easier for me to see. So yes, today I'm very comfy. I'm in my volunteer uniform in case I have to go to the fires, but I'm very comfy today. What did he say? Wheel of death. And he goes, sound about right. Wheel of doom. Wowzers. Sounds like a game shoe for murder. Sarah Boone, Donald Adelson, Wendy Adelson, Rodney. Yeah. Ada is all tricked out. Face orange TV show. Yeah. I am. I'm trying to rival RA. No, I will never rival him. He's got so much tech, and I'm not. I got to be honest, I'm not into that much tech. I'm really not. But I do know how important it is to have all this up. I'm getting to my okay. Because let me put this back over here and explain a view. So I actually have it backwards. I try to keep your chats from the live over here, right here, where it's moving, right there. And then, yeah, it wants me to do this. I'll go ahead and do it. Over here, I usually have one court going. So we'll have one trial feed going. Over here, I will have, this won't be up, but I have 2 more. So when I have a trial going with Cemetilli, I have court TV here and over here, maybe trial TV live, not trial TV live, excuse me, don't use them, long crime over here. So if the feed that I'm using goes down, I have another backup. And then I have all this. So you need multiple monitors to do this right. You really do. You really, really do. So, anyway, the Karen Reed is going to be on the 18th. We'll have a hearing on the 18th. I can't believe we're getting closer to the Karen Reed trial. who's supposed to start on April Fool's Day, but it would not be a joke, and I would not be fooled if it wasn't at this point. I suspect tomorrow we're going to have a lot more documents pop up. We have gone through all the documents. I'm sorry, 8. Hard stop at 8. My bad. And for those of you just joining, I am fighting something. Yeah, Gerald, did you give me a cold? Is this your fault? You know, it's always the man's fault. Just kidding. 8. I'm sorry, my bad. 7 West Coast time. No, that'd be 6. Anyway, 8 o'clock Central. Did you give me cooties? Y'all, we were good people. We're good people. Yeah. So, Karen Reed will be on the 18th. And Simatilli will be all next week. The following Wednesday, a week from Wednesday, I have a birthday. And I'm trying to figure out what to do on my birthday live. We will be in trial, I'm sure, with Simatilli. But I'm trying to figure out what to do for my birthday. I could get balloons out last year. I had a little birthday cake. I had a birthday party last year, didn't I? Didn't I? I think I did. Let me see. I could have sworn I had a birthday party last year. I think I did. Live. Maybe it was a Friday night live with a birthday party. What, Gerald? What can you think of for my birthday live? I got to get closer to a year ago. Y'all, I have over 400 and close to 450 videos. 8 months. Come on. 10 months. 11 months. Let me scroll through here. 1 year ago. Verdict 1. Okay. 1 year ago, my very first video was James Crumbley's school shooter dad trial. I had 7 views. Then Hannah Gutierrez Reed, I had 16. So I can't find the live. There's too many. And I remember how excited I was to have that many viewers. Nope. She's not. Not that I'm aware of. Has Judge Cononi ever come down with a decision on the motion that AJ might be been dismissed and the ARCA motions? The things with the defense team had to do with the discovery in the bill. I don't know if anybody knows different. Let me know, but I don't think so. I don't know any different. I don't. Oh, I don't know. So let me know if you know. I think that a lot of Canoni's decisions may be coming out not this week, but next week, the last week prior to trial. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting sick. I haven't seen anything, nor have I heard anything. Forgive me. I am checking the thing that we have for our department, fire department, to make sure that I've not been I'm not being requested. So if I'm a little distracted, I'm sorry. For those of you who don't know, there is now 9,500 acres that are burning about 20 miles from me. And there's a lot of cedar. And I'm hoping this is from the fires, but I don't know. Like they said, maybe Gerald gave me the cooties. Sorry, hon. I'm just teasing. Don't y'all think it's sweet that he cares enough to be a part of this and he enjoys it? Well, I think he does. I'm speaking for him. Y'all give him a good thumbs up and a round of applause for being here. Well, you could do that, Gerald. I'm not going to say no. I won't say no. I have no problem with that. Chocolate and cherries are my favorite. Yeah. No. Well, the thing is I do need to go have a birthday lunch with my mom. We got to figure out a day to do that. But isn't that great to have, I've never had anybody else, like boyfriend, husband material that ever would do what he's doing right now and participate in something like this. So he's awesome. He's awesome. Okay, let me show you. Let me get a map. Let me get on the Texas Forestry Services and pull up. No, these are old. Let me go. Here we go. Current fires. Wildfire. No, thanks. I'm not going to donate. I'm zooming in, yo. Give me a minute. Okay. I'm going to share window. Give me a sec. The distance looks further than it is, but I want y'all to see. Let me get over here. Let me expand it. Okay. This is where I live, right here. Let me do this. Okay. This is where I live. It is 22 miles to Fredericksburg. This is the fire that's happening. Oh, Gerald, remember I told you about Willow City that had I think I told you, maybe I did. They have the best wildflower bluebonnets in the world. And it's really about 10 miles from that. If this goes and it's heading in that direction, if it burns this area right here, this would be devastating to our community. It started over here off of Lower Crabapple Road, right here. And it was only like 300 or 400 acres, which is about like this, at 3 o'clock. By 6 o'clock, it was all the way over here where I'm cutting. 6,800 acres-ish. The last number is 9,500 acres, and it is continuing to burn. And there's a lot of ranches, and we have wine country here. By the way, most of you don't know, between Fredericksburg and Stonewall, Lyndon B. Johnson, this whole area in this map is the Texas Hill Country wine country. And so we have another fire here near Blanco, Johnson City, that's stemming from this fire. And then my honey boo lives there. Well, somewhere in this area. And I live all the way over to Kerrville. Bandera is close. What fire is that? Oh, crap. I didn't know about that one. Center Point, there's a fire in Bandera in there. Oh, shoot. I live here. And my fire department, where I'm a volunteer. Where's I-10? Is up here. So I'm in the Edwards Plateau for my department. It's 2 hours away. But let's zoom out. Look at all the fires where you're having in red or uncontained. They're the ones that are still uncontained. Oklahoma, Kansas. Look at all these red fires. We are in a severe fire season in this country. So please donate if you wish tonight. It will help. I will donate the proceeds to the volunteer fire departments that were involved to help pay for food or nutritional needs. We've had people fighting now for 24 hours straight, and 90%, I would say, of the people fighting are volunteers, and they do not get paid to do this, to put their lives on the line. I am one, but my department is a little far away and it's not been called yet. But it is very severe. The other issue we're having, the other big issue that we're having, there's a lot of ranch land, cattle, horses, goat, sheep, whatever. And they have been begging if anybody has a flatbed or horse trailers or whatever, get a hold of the Gillespie County Animal Control. And they do have, and so do we, fabulous arenas where the animals can be held and taken care of. And we have teams of people that will do that. But it is very devastating and it's very difficult at this time. And the judge in our county has made it an elevated, basically, if you burn anything in this county at this time, yeah, you're going to be spending a lot more time in jail. No excuse. It will be, you're going to be in big trouble. It's not a misdemeanor. People don't understand. It's not too cold. For us, the issue is even though we've had some rain a month ago, our ground, say the ground a foot deep, all of this is in drought. It's super dry. And when we get rain, it's so minimal or so short-lived, or it's a flashing situation that only about that much, anywhere from a half an inch to 2 inches gets wet. Then when the winds come, it dries it out. And when everything dries out, we're back in drought. And people don't understand. Oh, it rained last week, so I can do a acre burn, a controlled burn on an acre. They don't call the county to find out if it's okay to burn. They don't call the volunteer fire department, because do you know, if you have acreage and you want to do a controlled burn and you have a volunteer department or paid department, you notify them that you would like to do it, and they will send people to help you watch that fire. Volunteers to do it free and make sure it doesn't get out of control. But people will start a fire and then they turn around and they get tired of watching it and leave, and then it goes, and then we're in this situation. Okay, guys, I love you. I bless you. I'm really crashing. And I have a hard stop at 8. So I'm going to go ahead and say thank you so for joining me today. We will be live tomorrow morning for the Monica Cemetery. Don't forget, we got Karen Reed on the 18th, and we got a full week. And I want to thank everybody for your love and support. And any money raised this week will be going to the fire department. And I also want to say that I really appreciate y'all being kind and welcoming to Gerald, my boyfriend. And we will see you in the morning. Thanks so much, guys. Miigwech. Be safe. Pray for our first responders and volunteer firefighters. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Please comment, like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. I hope you have an awesome day. Till next time, take care.